let's start it off from here. Mrs. Farris currently has a case of theft that was filed on February 6, 2025. It's my understanding that Mrs. Farris was under the impression that this case was dismissed.
Hear me, yo. Watching how them opera boys get sentenced. You know how the fuck's going on, man. Y'all boys tuned into that Oouchie court watch. Well, we taking it straight from the jail cell to the judge. Hear me?
Sorry, that's okay, Your Honor. Thank you very much, sir. Judge, I'm here on Miss Diana Farris, and you're gonna have to work with me on trying to get through this here. This is a very complex situation, being that I haven't had an opportunity to look at the facts of this case because I haven't been attached yet. But I've spoken with several people, but let's start it off from here. Mrs. Farris currently has a case of theft that was filed on February 6, 2025. It's my understanding that Mrs. Farris was under the impression that this case was dismissed. I told her I don't know when the case was.
It's open. She's never even been here.
Yeah, that's what, because she told me that she felt it was dismissed. She has a
I thought
felony.
I had hair.
Yes, sir. She has a felony. She's on probation in a felony court, and she's there. Her probation officer is here. She's in custody up there.
Probation officer's here.
Yes, sir. The probation officer is here, Mrs. Tiana. She knows more about this case than I do at this time. Because she's
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Judge, may she come up?
I don't know. Hold on a second. We haven't even done probable cause on this thing. All I know is that, was she due here? She failed to appear for a setting? Is that what happened with Ms. Ferris?
For Ferris?
Yeah.
But she thinks this case was supposed to be dismissed.
Okay, come up, Ms. Ferris.
It was a non-arrest and the PSR is up there with me. Oh, no, it's not brought to me.
Okay. Ms. Ferris, you were charged with theft. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I have no idea what happened on this case. All I know is that you've been charged with a Class A theft. I've appointed you a lawyer with Mr. Dixon now. We're going to do probable cause to see what actually happened. Please.
On January 5th, 2025, the complainant reported that his church mailed out checks for payments to various utilities with multiple checks that were then stolen. After being assigned the case, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated that he received back his bank statement, which reported the following checks being stolen. The first check for $780.20, which was drawn off his.
Oh, I remember this. There's like several different people that are.
Yes, so there's multiple checks. The next check is for $780.40. The next check is for $784.09. That was to a Mr. Tinkham, who reported that he didn't know the individuals and did not give them consent to endorse or cash any of his checks. They then subpoenaed the bank records and showed that the checks were changed to pay Sonia Maris at the Chase Bank at 1520 San Felipe Street.
Do we have it that she actually negotiated the check and put in her account?
Are there any complete readings?
I have to figure that,
Yes.
Banks, there are cameras everywhere.
And Judge, may you please ask
Yes,
her what
the
date?
teller job log journals indicate that the person casting the check presented a Texas ID as the primary identification source. The officer then checked this identification through the Texas driver's license database and found that it was associated to.
What was the date of the transaction, may I ask, State? Because my client has been incarcerated. She hasn't been.
2023. Believe it or not. Yes.
What is
On
it?
April 12th, 2023.
April 12th, 2023. Okay. So, Ms. Ferris, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. It's a bit too messy.
I was in the way.
We'll get there. I just wanted to make sure that it wouldn't be during the time that you were incarcerated.
April of 23, 22, April 23rd, I got out of the way.
Ms. Ferris, as a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. That is, I guess you said a church, right? Or the person who is associated, so you're not to have any contact with the actual church and the person who is the owner of the checks. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the co-defendants in this case as well. If I find that you pick up a new case, if I find that you're a danger to my community, if I find that you break these conditions, then same will happen to your bond. I will revoke it, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
I do.
I've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Dixon. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, likewise, a warrant will issue.
Sir.
Guys, we have to set a bond on this case. So what bond? What do you think? State. What's appropriate? And is a PR bond appropriate in this case in light of that she's on felony probation for a third-degree felony?
We asked for $5,000.
Judge, I would respectfully ask a PR bond on this case. The probation officer, the CS community supervision officer is here. Mrs. Ferris has been diagnosed as being bipolar with psychotic tendencies. She was on cocaine, ecstasy, and other major drugs, but she was determined to be competent. Right now, she is not free. She is not free. She is in custody with the in-house.
Oh, she's in DDRP.
Yes, sir. She's in DDRP at this time.
So I have to give her a PR bond.
Yes, sir.
Because if I take her into custody now, that kind of ixnay on the DDRPA, right?
And her felony court's aware, we did a case review and they want her to continue treatment, finish it successfully.
And I always want, it's okay, don't worry about it. I always want that as well. You know, we want you to complete the treatment. It is also a condition of your bond that you're not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so I will set the bond at 5,000 and then I will grant her a PR bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case number? It is 255-0584. Thank you. Okay, so for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We will also have you meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. We'll have you sign the bond conditions. Do you have a date of release?
Yeah, I can look right now.
Yeah, do you know mind if you can provide it to Mr. D? That way we know we can set her case for the day after. That way we can get here to be able to monitor her with everything. Okay, all right. Good luck,
Thank
Ms. Ferris.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. D.
Watch, we're on the scene. Truths unravel, and what does it mean? In the halls where stories clash, Oouchie court watch quick as a flash.